today as well. I am you're listening to WXNALP Nashville 101.5 FM. Hello, hello, hello. It is time for Dear Jelly. And sorry, I've just kind of been thrown off a little bit today, but I'm back. How are you? Um how's your weekend been? Happy Easter. Happy. I've got your favorite here with me, DJ Juan from the International Echo. DJ Juan, for those who may be thinking about joining the International Echo a little later, why do I feel like I hear echo?
It's the International Echo.
I feel like there's an echo. Hey, Jenna.
I'm not sure, but on the show today, it's all about jubilation.
Jubilation.
Yeah, it's like a celebration.
Who's celebrating?
I'm thinking it's Easter. It's like it's a celebration.
It's a party.
That's what I get. That's what I always get out of Easter for me.
So is it going to be more Spaniard, or is it going to be like?
There's some reggae, some English.
Is it going to be some techno?
No techno.
Some rockatan.
Some reggaeton.
I like reggaeton. Is reggaeton?
I don't know, actually. No reggaeton. I don't think I brought reggaeton.
I love reggaeton. Why don't you ever play reggaeton?
I play some reggaeton. I play some Bad Bunny.
Bunny?
Yeah, that's reggaeton. You know Conejo Malo?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know Conejo Malo?
I don't know any artists. I just know I want to hear reggaeton.
Okay. Well, that's one guy. But I play some of that.
Like at one time that's from like the Troll movie. When they were like, dun, 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 dun,
I don't know about that.
I want to shake like that. How are y'all doing? Shout out to Jenna. Hey, Jenna, she said she had a great day. Good. I'm glad you had a good Easter. Oh, goodness me. I can't remember my password. Y'all, so I appreciate y'all tuning in. I know you're like, Jelly, what are you talking about today? Well, let me tell you. So I had a chance to catch up on all the Love is Blind episodes, and I have thoughts. I have so many thoughts. Have y'all caught up? Are you all brushed up on it? Are you ready to talk about Love is Blind? And I don't feel like Love is Blind. I feel like the producers are blind. That's how I feel.
The producers are blind.
The producers were blind. Love was not blind. The producers were blind. Because clearly they didn't do any psych checks.
Right. I think, so maybe this is a continuation of what we were talking about last episode, about how this is the season where people were not vetted before they went on the show. And there were shows.
If you are live streaming on TGI Jelly, I just want you to see the way that Juan is using his hands.
I like to gesticulate a lot.
To talk to me.
I'm sorry.
About how passionate he is about this. And I appreciate you keeping me in line, because I just came ready to blaze. Hey, Lindsay, how you doing? I just came in here. Sorry, y'all. Shout out to all the people who are joining the live chat. Appreciate you. Live chat is on TGI Jelly on Facebook as well as on YouTube. So let's get into it, because I do want to talk about this. But let's go character per character, because I have a new favorite, which is a big deal. Because what happened?
I'm just turning down the audio.
Juan said I'm too loud in his ear.
No. I'm never mind.
Juan thinks I'm loud. Yeah, so the next time the Love is Blind is on, and if you have a show that you want us to check out, Juan and I are going to start this series where we're going to check them out, okay?
Okay. I'm not promising you that just
Juan
yet.
and I are going to check it out.
I've been voluntold.
Juan and I are going to check it out, because here's the thing. I want to get some goblets and we're going to be checking out these shows, right? But here's the thing. Hey, Nora.
So
Okay,
you're
we're
gonna
past the pods. Let's move
yeah
past the pods.
pass the pods, past the so for those of you who didn't listen last week, we talked about the pods from season 6 and a little bit about the getaways and how everybody was matched up on Love is Blind. Now that Jelly has cut up, I'm dying to know what she thinks about the couples when they start to live together.
Okay, so let's be clear and share with them because y'all like now that Jelly's caught up. So, because here's the thing, Juan made me watch this.
I didn't make you do anything.
I was good. Now that Cam and Lauren are happily married, I was good, okay? Because there will never be another Cam and Lauren, okay?
Right.
There will never, ever be another Cam and Lauren. I don't even believe in Love Blind no more, other than Cam and Lauren. Amy and whatever his name is, they got married. They've been married a year. Woo! Happy for them. Don't care. Didn't like them. Okay. He was just weird to me. Yes. So this is my last week, if you're just tuning in, shout out to you. Thank you for being here. Last week we discussed how everybody seems to be not as serious in the series that have come up as the first series. Like it seems like more people are trying to get their fame on.
Yes.
And that bothered me. It's like, are you there for 15 minutes of fame? We talked about how the one guy, Matt, when he was leaving Matt, and how he kept talking about America. What is America going to say? And I'm like, why are you talking about America? Yeah. And what America are going to say when clearly you're here for America.
Yes.
Looking like a Clark Kent reject. But before we get into Clark Kent reject, Juan has something to share with you. You holding my edge. You might as well read that one.
All right. I'll read it. Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Middle Tennessee is a nonprofit youth empowerment organization. They create professionally supported one-to-one mentoring relationships that ignite the power and promise of youth. They believe every young person deserves a mentor. Learn more at mentorakid.org.
Thank you, Juan. Thank you for letting me volunteer you to read that. So here's the thing. So it's just so crazy. So we know that some are looking for love and others are looking for fame. My favorite, who I didn't even realize was somebody who was literally a history maker, is Kenneth, the principal.
Okay.
Amazing.
He was your favorite?
He is my favorite.
Really?
Kenneth is my favorite. First of all, he made history by being the youngest principal in North Carolina. He'd already been on a number of interviews and different things of a charter school. Just the way that he communicated let me know that he was smarter than what I realized.
Okay.
And don't forget, he's the one who was encouraging the ones while they were in the pod saying, hey, whatever it's going to be is going to be.
He was a good.
He talked like he had some sense. I mean, he's just a sexy beast. I was like, oh, wait, I could be his mother. Let me not look at this boy. But I'm trying to say.
Okay. But there's a but there.
I just think he was flawed in his choice.
He didn't pick the right person?
I don't think he did, but I think he didn't vibe with anybody else, though.
That's true. So then why would he propose to this one?
Well, he was ready. He was real. She was not. Nora says, I don't know about that. Oh, no. Oh, push pause. Hold on. Let me say what Nora said. Yeah. Nora said.
Somebody step in right now.
I can't. I don't even remember her name that he teamed up with. I know you're not in favor of her.
I don't know. I don't forget her name too. But the thing is, Ashley. I don't know. Ashley, Amber. I don't know. Something like that. It's an A number. Anyway.
Nora says, I don't think that any of the seasons compared to the first, they were actually trying to find love. And Kenneth was actually trying to find love. This is a young gentleman who, well, maybe that's why he didn't match with other females, because they were just too dumb to have conversations with him, because he talks like an older man. You can tell he's wise beyond his years.
Okay. I'll give you that. I'll give you all of that.
Give it to me. Jenna says he was my favorite too. Hey, Jenna.
Okay.
Shut up.
I will say it was pretty weird to just not be able to have a conversation with him that wasn't about dolphins, and then he also just wouldn't talk to her at all. He would just be on his phone the whole time.
He was not.
Weird.
So first of all, let's be clear about something. And they did do an article about that. That when they talked about where she said that they made it look like he was, but he wasn't. But
okay,
let's
so there
be clear.
The edit made it look like he was on his phone.
But also, he's a principal of a charter school who was absent for 3 weeks, and he said he had, and he also mentors young. He's 25. He's 25. Nor he also mentors youth. He's been gone. Now I don't know what job that the president can be gone for 3 weeks and then come back and not have to jump right in or check phones or check emails, which is what he said he was doing.
Okay. All right. I will give all of that. I will
principle.
I will say that's fair. Let's say that's fair. I never know what a principal does. I can't imagine that they would be on their phone all that much. That seems a little much for anybody.
No, it's not. If you think about it, because all communications
it's not right.
Are like paper trail, right?
It's not right.
All communications are paper trail. Plus,
that's true. But is it a good thing?
Yes, because he had to make sure that he has to get back in here. And he even said we're back to school on Monday, which means when he comes back in that building, they're already expecting him to be caught up and ready to take care of business. He has missed out on 3 weeks of operations.
I get that.
3 weeks.
Again, I'll grant you that. I still think that the way the way their relationship played out.
Because she wasn't feeling him.
They weren't feeling each other.
No, he was feeling her. And he even said that.
So.
Yes, he was. But he also shared that he's a major introvert. I have family members that are introverts like that, where literally they're just happy to be around you. There's not going to be any conversation. But then if you say something that strikes their interest, then they'll share. He also shared that he was an introvert.
Okay, he did that. I felt like they would be. I felt like part of the reason they seemed like a good match. They both come from education. She's a teacher too, so she would understand all of those concerns. She's a teacher. Like, check the tapes. She's a teacher. She was a teacher.
Because that's not what she is described it in her interviews.
I thought
in her interviews she says she works for a company, and it is not education. Hold on.
Look it up.
I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, no wonder she didn't understand."
I don't know. I thought she was a teacher. I thought that they talked about going to school and teaching kids. I think primarily kids, like younger kids, like elementary school kids.
Mm-mm. Hold on, I'm about to pull up what she is because she's not a teacher.
Brittany.
She's not a teacher.
Anyway, my point is that I think I agree with you that they didn't vibe. They probably shouldn't have. He shouldn't have proposed to her. And then I think there was no chemistry after they saw each other.
Well, there was chemistry because ain't no way she wasn't feeling that. But I just feel.
So you're. I'm
basing it off of me thinking he's attractive.
Yeah, no, but you're also kind of
biased because he's black.
No. You said it before that he wasn't feeling her.
No, he was
feeling, or she wasn't feeling him. You said earlier she wasn't feeling him,
and she said it, and I felt bad because she literally said.
I think she said
he checks off of every single one of her boxes,
but he wasn't being the guy. He wasn't being the guy who was being.
No, that was an excuse, and it was a lie. That was an excuse.
I don't know where you're coming with this information.
When you're not feeling somebody,
have to cite your sources.
Yeah. When you're not feeling somebody, it's really easy to be like, oh, nitpick and see what he's doing. I don't think they were feeling
each other. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so he did say.
You said you contradicted yourself because you said that he was feeling her, but then she wasn't feeling him, and you said a moment ago that he was feeling her. She was feeling him.
No, I said she was feeling what he brought to the table. She wasn't feeling him.
Okay.
And then he said he did feel the red flags, that it wasn't a mutual thing, but he's a fighter, and all his life he's just been like, just stick with it and see it through.
Which is terrible.
which is what he did say, that he did say in the interview that he realizes that when he realized that it wasn't a mutual thing,
I feel
instead
like
of trying to make it happen,
about people sticking through things and it's never a good thing.
Yeah. But sometimes it does pan out to stick to it, right?
I don't know.
And
I think if you're trying to force it, I don't think it's going to work.
He was trying to force
it. I don't know. I'm just saying that they were together, but they weren't really forcing anything on each other, which I think is probably what led to them not feeling.
She is a senior client partner.
Okay.
That is what she says she is.
I thought for some reason she said she was a teacher, but
senior client partner per Brittany. That's what she does for a living.
All right.
Which is another reason why she enjoyed his conversation.
Okay.
And so I honestly feel like
he was a good guy. I just don't think he was ready to get married.
I feel like he is.
I don't think so. Especially if his job demands that much of him, that's not going to be good when he gets married.
There are people married to principals all the time. You have to understand what it requires.
Yes, but I can't imagine.
That's like saying if you're a principal, you need to be single.
No, what I'm saying is that if your job will derail you that way to the point that where you don't talk to somebody when they come home and you don't let them in, that's not a good thing. Because you got to have conversation in a relationship, and you can't have a relationship where a person comes in and all they do is sit on their phone, like not even talking about what he's dealing with. If he was talking about it with her, that would be one thing. If he was saying, "Hey, I gotta check some emails. Let me do that while you let's talk later." But he wasn't making enough time.
I think it was the fact that he was out for 3 weeks and had to catch up for 3 weeks. Oh, shout out to Jenna. Jenna literally just said, I think it was the fact he was out for 3 weeks, which is it. But like I said, in these interviews that I've been reading, People's Mags, everything else, she's the one who said that he was not on his phone half as much as they portrayed he was.
Okay.
She said that. And then he said it was uncomfortable for him to watch because he knows he was not on his phone that much. But they portrayed it to make it look like that was an issue with their relationship. But that wasn't the issue with their relationship. The issue with their relationship was that she knew they weren't vibing but was trying to push through. He knew they weren't vibing but was still trying to push through. Both of them just needed to be like, ooh.
Neither of them should have been together.
Let's look at that song. That's what I'm saying. Neither one of us.
I mean, I think this is a good point to end this, because I think I agree with that. But neither of them
want to be the first to say goodbye.
Exactly.
So we get ready to play this old song, y'all. Shout out to Gladys Knight. Neither one of us. We'll be right back. You listen to Jelly on the. I know people are lost. They're like, they're on there arguing, y'all. It's because Juan is on some. Juan is on some today. He just need to say, "You right, Jelly. You right." No, I'm playing. Because last night, neither one of us. Thank you. Yeah, they're still friends. Oh, I can't hear. Yeah, they're still friends. He just need to get himself a sister. Y'all, so Juan is trying to say that principals don't deserve love.
I did not say that.
If it requires a lot for their jobs.
I did not say that.
Juan is a hater.
Why are you trying to put words in my mouth?
Y'all heard it here first. You heard it from the horse's mouth. Juan hates principals.
All I'm saying is that you can't be on your phone that much.
Well, I don't know what somebody gonna do when they come in my life.
You're gonna be on the phone that much?
I'm gonna be on the phone all the time.
Then maybe you need Kenneth in your life.
He's too young. Cause baby.
Hey, you say he's an old soul. He's what is it?
I could have birthed that man. I'm not dating somebody I could birth. I'm not about to date somebody I could have given birth to. No.
Okay.
I'm not doing that. That's disgusting. So y'all heard it. Juan hates principals.
I do not.
But he loves cougars.
Oh my God.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first. Jenna says, I don't think it would have been that way always. Exactly.
Maybe.
Preach, Jenna. Jenna said they're still friends now. That's what they say when that good black woman come. First of all, he's not gonna be single long. I'm surprised he was single in the first place. All the news,
articles about him.
He been on all kind of. He been on Kelly Clarkson. I'm talking. That's before, way before Love Is Blind.
Wow.
He's a good man. He's a good man, Savannah. Do you know what that's from?
No.
Y'all. Juan don't know Waiting to Exhale.
Oh, I never saw that movie. I know
Juan has never seen Waiting to Exhale. What kind of news reporter are you?
I'm not a reporter. I'm an editor.
Jenna said, but when he gets a sister, that talking to each other all the time will stop. Yes, it will.
There you go. I agree with that. Maybe. You know, he just needs to find somebody that he'll actually like. I don't think he liked Brittany.
He did he liked her.
I don't think so.
He liked her.
He liked seeing her.
He liked her when it was blind.
Exactly. He liked her when it was blind. He liked
her mind.
He liked her. I don't know even about that because even after that, they didn't really talk too much. And there's no excuse for, yes.
How much did they talk about it in the pod, though? Because we really didn't see a lot of them.
Yeah.
They showcased other people.
I don't know. In the pods, I think there were one of those couples that, like, where people, they were both saying, they're both taking turns saying things about themselves, but not really listening or responding to each other.
That makes sense.
You know? That's what I thought of them in the pods.
I forgot this song was so slow.
They were an unlikely couple. I'll tell you that much.
She was, man, that Gentle Giant. He's a good guy.
Gentle Giant.
He's a gentle giant.
I don't know.
You don't think he's a gentle giant?
Neither
one of us. Do you know what a gentle giant is?
I know what you mean, but I thought that he was kind of short. Maybe I'm misremembering.
Juan, what season were you watching?
I thought he was kind of short. Okay. Maybe she was never mind.
She was short.
She was short. She looked very
She
short.
She came here to him.
Yeah, she was very short compared to him. Okay, the song's about to end.
Big beast. That boy. I know that mama proud. That boy fine.
Okay.
You listen to WXNA LP Nashville, 101.5 FM, live streaming on WXNAFM.org. Tracking back, that was Gladys Knight and the Pips, with Neither One of Us Wants to Be the First to Say Goodbye, off of the 1973 Neither One of Us release. Shout out to everybody listening. I do want to say that off the air, Juan was being a hater, and it's okay. It's okay. Juan had the nerve to say that Kenneth was short.
Maybe I didn't see, or maybe I missed. I thought I saw him being shorter in the program, but I could be wrong.
Jenna says that man is tall, and there's like
Jenna
8 L's in tall.
Wow.
And she said,
"Tall drink of water."
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Stand corrected.
Yes.
Stand correction from me.
Yes. I don't know. Like I said, with that relationship, I know that I really don't know. But one thing I do know is that WXNA is radio for the people, by the people, free to you, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a pretty sweet deal when you think about it. But we need your support to keep it that way. Don't side with the suits. Keep independent commercial-free radio alive. Go to WXNAFM.org to donate now or become a member today. So let's move past Kenneth, because we can talk about Kenneth all day.
Yeah, you can.
Tell me you're a hater without telling me you're a hater. Then, who else is there? Gosh, there's nobody else.
What do you mean? There's Chelsea and Jimmy. What is your quick take on that couple, how that fizzled? If you have any thoughts about it?
So, in regard to Chelsea,
yes,
I thought she was crazy. I thought she was just some of the things she said was out of order. She was out of order a lot. I thought her approach toward him was just very disrespectful on a regular basis.
She was a little manic. Manic is the way I would put it.
I did see that she was a bit of a drunk. So maybe,
what?
I don't know.
Really?
She said she got dirty martini drunk.
Oh, okay. So maybe that is. Maybe she gets drunk and she picks fights.
Maybe that's how she's able to have the galls. Maybe that's how she's able to have the courage to confront someone, is to be drunk.
Yeah.
Maybe she uses liquid courage. I just know that her approach was very whatever. She was always jealous about what he was saying. It was just very pick me.
Yeah.
And she was only thicker on the squad, so I was trying to root for her. We were rooting for you. Didn't know she was cray. You know.
Yeah, she had some issues. There was a lot of. I think the thing I was talking about with my wife was that she was insecure, like a lot of insecurities.
She was.
They kept coming up, and it kept making her say crazy things, being accusatory in some things.
But the thing is, if you carry something on your chest, like you're always comparing yourself to other people,
yes.
always wondering what he's saying, you didn't need to be on the show.
Yeah, and then that's where you need to, as RuPaul says, love yourself.
If you don't love yourself, how are you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen?
Yes.
Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Okay, so that's that's the thing. Like,
yeah,
she was very abrasive.
Yeah.
And then she tells everybody every single thing, like nothing stays with her.
Yeah.
And so I don't think he felt safe with her.
No, I agree.
Because it's just like, I am becoming vulnerable and sharing my everything with you.
Well, and then that becomes a thing where you're like, okay, is this going to be what marriage with this person is going to be like? Every
Yes.
time there's a fight, every time there's some perceived insult or perceived attack or perceived betrayal that she's gonna like take out of proportion, and it's always gonna be. So I think that's probably what led to him saying no.
I was surprised when he did, and my thing was I wish he would have done it before he went through the whole picking out wedding songs and carving out the ice thing.
Like, yeah.
I thought that was kind of like. So then my question is, why do you think that these people are so afraid to come forward and share? But you're going through the motions, knowing you're preparing for a wedding, or is there a thing to where it's like, am I going to get paid if I don't go through with this?
I have heard of that before, and there's been articles about how much they get paid.
How much did they get paid for that show?
I don't remember. Don't quote me on this, but I think it is something like $2,000 to $3,000 per week or something like that.
And that's a lot of money because normally it's only $1,000.
Right, but then that also involves like shooting like around the clock. Right,
because so typically it's like $1,000 an episode.
Technically, you're working beyond like 8 hours, so this is like a 24-hour day, almost kind of thing.
Oh.
Then you have, and I think you do. I thought there was something to be said about if you choose somebody and you're moving on towards the wedding, Netflix will take care of the wedding and all the stuff. But then there's also you could get paid more by how long you continue to be.
Oh my goodness! So all y'all sign up. They paying, and they don't even care if you're crazy. They paying.
Like I said, I don't quote me on this. I think this is what's one of the articles saying that. So sometimes there is that element. There's an incentive to keep going, even though outside of like the love.
I was wondering who was paying for everything, because I'm like, those are expensive rings, and then the fact that the people get to. I don't
know about the rings. I imagine the rings are.
The show pays for the ring, and you get to pay for an upgrade. If you want the ring to look a certain type of way, you pay the difference.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's what I read online. Because some of those rings, I was like, Netflix didn't buy that.
Yeah.
Because I did see the really nice rings that Netflix bought for Married at First Sight, and all their rings look the same.
Okay.
But theirs on this show, some of their rings were different, which makes me feel like they may have added.
Okay. Let's go back to the couples.
Okay.
Who? What about
Jeremy
and Well, Jeremy and Laura. Let's talk about Jeremy.
I loved Laura.
Yes.
Jenna says, I think he should have picked the other girl. So Jenna thinks that
Jimmy
should have picked Jessica. And
Yeah.
I think he should have too.
Yeah. I think he would have. He would have. That would have been a much interesting relationship. And I'm not sure why he doubted himself.
Because she was gonna keep him in check, and I don't think he said he's
You're
used
right.
to a more subtle woman.
You're right.
He's not used to being.
You're right, and she did call him out for what he was trying to do with the whole trying to like have his cake and eat it too, where he had two people, which is shocking to me. Like Jimmy had two women after him because I don't know, Jimmy seemed like.
Ooh, what you trying to say about Jimmy?
I'm trying to say Jimmy seems kind of boring.
Jimmy did seem kind of boring.
Yeah. So it was a surprise, right? That two women seemed to be vying for him.
But also like when you're I wish they would release like an unedited. This is what goes down in the pods, the director's cut, because we don't know what these conversations were like. Because clearly, like at some point, even if it's with Kenneth, he was talking. They had to talk in the pods.
Yeah.
He wasn't just sitting there quiet while they was. You know what I'm saying? They had to talk in the pods.
Yeah.
And so Jimmy, like all these women, were just like yes, and all the women all were like surprised when they saw what he looked like. But they talked about how they were just like, yeah, like oh, that's Jimmy, oh. So he was able to carry a conversation. Women, we like to be mentally stimulated.
You know, that's true. That's true. Maybe he was one of the people who could kind of like give a good back and forth.
I'm just trying to figure out how Jeremy got on the show.
Jeremy is questionable, yes.
Whose cousin is he? That's somebody's cousin.
Yeah, that's somebody.
How did he? I mean, you know, like, who did he know?
Yeah.
And why vying for him?
Yeah. Also, two women going after this one guy who
Laura was settling just for the sake of feeling like she had a connection.
You think so? Yes. I think she did think she had a connection with Jeremy. At least he made it seem that way.
I think she just didn't want to come out by herself.
He was a classic, what they call him, F-boys, I think.
He's not suave enough to be an F-boy.
Really?
Not in my opinion.
Okay. Maybe, I don't know.
He looks like he could be a cartoon character.
Yes. He came out straight. He was like a kid in the pool, remember?
Yes, and he was doing all that dumb stuff in the pool.
That was like Arrested Development type of thing, where he's just like a little kid but an adult. And he thinks
so that will be Arrested Development, the show, and not the group.
No.
You know that the group has swag. The group
is great. Arrested Development is amazing, but I'm talking about just the idea of the show, but also.
And that was hilarious because I can see him being
the sentimental
brother. I can see him being a brother on Arrested Development.
Yeah, he can be G.O.D. Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
It's so true. Good times. No, I just thought he was horrible. I thought Sarah was horrible. I thought the way that she did things was horrible.
Yeah, the whole sliding into his DMs.
And then I liked how. So let's talk about the reunion because we're running out of time.
Yes.
I think Nicholas Shea and his wife are boring.
I have heard that people are kind of ready to get some new hosts in the show. Let's
get Cameron and Lauren in there.
Ooh, nice.
I think everybody just needs to see them.
You know, honestly, and other people. There's that the Israeli one who married the tall guy from Texas.
Nope.
I thought she was cool.
Nope. Didn't watch it. Have no idea.
She was in the reunion.
Most of those people in the reunion, I was like, who the bleep is that? Who are they?
This is where you need to watch the rest of the show.
And they didn't even look cute together to me. And so now that's going to be something
you would change your mind when you watch their season.
I looked at their faces. It didn't go.
Okay, all I'm saying, I'm just suggesting that maybe go beyond that first impression and watch the show. Because I think that's a journey you have to take where you see some people who don't look like they belong together, but somehow they work.
I think that having Cam and Lauren as hosts would also kind of help others feel hope or feel like this is something they want to be a part of.
Okay.
Or just to even show like not only can love be blind, it can also be sexy.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean, I'm just saying. Sexy is my new favorite word for the week. Sexy is the word for the week.
It's a good word. It's a good word.
That's my word for the week. Sexy. Jenna said, shout out to Jenna for staying with us. So here's the thing I love about those of you all that join us in the live chat. Like we do know, well, I do know, we see you. Okay, we see you there. I know you're there. I see you. We know you're watching. I appreciate those who actually do like join in the conversation. Yes. It really does help instead of just like watching, right? So shout out to y'all. Jenna said, I like the black couple from season 5. Okay, Jenna, I will check the black couple from season 5.
Oh yes, they were good. They were there at the reunion.
I didn't know the people at the reunion.
Well, I'm telling you now. Now you know.
I was like, everybody pregnant.
I forgot the name, but they were a good couple. And actually, that's the guy. Remember
that Clay shouted out?
Clay shouted out, said, I see this guy being such a good husband and all the stuff. And then of course Clay is like, and I felt like I couldn't do that or whatever.
He can't.
Do you think there's though? Let's talk about Clay. We haven't talked much about Clay and AD.
We talked about Clay AD all last week.
I don't think so. But we didn't see the resolution of what happened. Did you have any thoughts about what happened? How do you feel about what Clay? First, there's 2 things with Clay, which I think are fascinating about why he felt like he couldn't get married, but then also his parents, that conversation they had at the end of the wedding episodes, where his mom is talking about almost like inheriting trauma from from his dad, how his dad was a cheater, and he saw some of that, and now he feels like he can't be a good husband because of that. What do you think about that?
Clay also admitted to being an F-boy, and I think that's what Clay is.
Okay,
because he's
maybe like, he's an F-boy, but he doesn't present this one, which I guess that's
yes,
what
he does. The things he says when he talks about the body, and when he went in the pod and what he needed to get on one knee,
but he was trying to be better. Also, he seemed to be trying to be better, or do you just not believe that?
I don't believe. I'm not a believer. I'm just saying.
What is that song?
It's a gospel song. I changed the words
play
to.
Some gospel. It is Easter.
Oh, Jenna says he's in therapy now. That's what he said. Show me the receipts.
I agree with that.
Show me the receipts.
He says he's in therapy. He talks a lot about therapy, which I think is a great conversation to have. Again, this is why I think the show is.
Which one of these did you read?
I read this one.
Okay.
And this show, he talked a lot about therapy, which is good. But do we know he's actually doing? We will never know, I guess. But I don't know if he's actually going to go to therapy. Is this Clay?
Y'all, okay, the Elephant Sanctuary. The Elephant Sanctuary in Tennessee is a nonprofit organization providing home and herd to captive elephants retired from performance and exhibition. As a true sanctuary, the elephants' habitats are closed to the public, but the Elephant Discovery Center in Holland Walls offers interactive exhibits and programming exploring the many ways elephants shape our world. More information and live streaming video at elephants.com. Jenna says, I believe him after seeing him on Dear Future Wife. I don't believe nothing Clay says.
What is Dear Future Wife?
He did an interview.
Oh, okay.
I feel like he's been prepped for different interviews. I'm pretty sure he's being slammed and slandered and who knows what else. I'm pretty sure they're coming for him for how he treated that woman.
He really, truly, I hope that's like his regret in his life, just that he couldn't marry somebody as great as AD.
I mean, it seemed like he wanted to still date her, but even with your friends, one woman man, one woman, he's not a one woman man. No, he's an F-boy. Mm-hmm. His mom was on the show too. That's his mama coaching him, because she don't want nobody talking about her baby.
She was on the show. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know that his mom had that much part. I think his mom wanted. She was helping. She wanted to help him, but I think the issue is not with his mom or what his mom can help him or how she can coach him. The issue is with his dad.
The issue is in his mind.
It is in his mind, but it comes from his dad. Or either he needs to talk it through, or completely disregard his dad, but he won't.
I mean, even when he saw her and she comes up to him at the altar, and he's like, "You put that S on." You know what I'm saying? Everything with him is about image. Everything with him is just about looking like something, giving like
Yeah.
what, like really that's what went through your mind. Like, I'm sorry,
It could be true. Which again, it kind of it goes back to the question: why would you want to go on this process if you have some of those issues, but also if
she
all
wanted
you care
him
about
to
is
go on a show. His mother wanted him to go on a show.
Where did you get this?
It was an interview.
That was in the interview?
And Jenna says that wasn't the show she wanted him on. She wanted him on Married at First Sight. They're talking about this.
What?
I feel like
this is breaking news. Alert the media. What?
The media knows. The media knows.
Yeah,
you're the only member of the media that wasn't informed.
You're getting this from the media, and I didn't know. Okay.
The thing, I feel like maybe she knew that this would be the only way for her son to become a better man, was to see see himself.
Okay. Interesting.
And get paid. Because, I don't know, I mean, you're an entrepreneur, maybe the money ain't coming in like he claimed it was coming in.
I don't know. He seemed to be doing pretty well.
So, did you see the boat? I didn't see the boat. I didn't see the Airbnb.
I didn't see any of that, but I thought they did go to a house or at some place. He showed her his place.
His townhouse that she moved into.
Yeah. Can we talk about a little bit about some of the things that Clay didn't know about weddings?
Jenna says exactly that's what she said. His mother said that's what his mother said, that she believed the show would help him. That's
interesting. That's amazing. And I do hope it did help him. I feel like that is the going through the show, and I think some of the best conversations from Love is Blind. And again, not a big fan of reality TV usually, but I think some of the big conversations that came out of the show included Clay and his family, and then also his need for some form of therapy to talk it through and to become a better man that he says he wants to be. Whether he's going to do it or not, that's a whole other thing.
I just feel like sometimes we put that mess on our parents when, let's be clear, when you see what your parents are doing, you know right from wrong, especially as you grow older, and you make the choice whether or not you want to be better.
I don't think it's as clear as that.
You want to be better.
I don't think it's as clear as that. I think sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
Jenna says she wanted him to be better.
I think we all did. We were all rooting for Clay and AD.
Were you crying like his mom was when he came down? Were you crying?
I was not crying.
You don't want it as bad.
No. I was sad for AD, but I was not crying.
I was mad for AD, and I'm mad that they made her have to talk to him, because just as a godmother, I go into mama bear mode. Ain't no way I would have still been sitting there holding her like, who want to talk to her? Not him. But then now you messing with their money, so you got to get off.
Yeah. I mean, I think AD was she wasn't gonna. She's nice enough. She wanted to hear him out.
I don't think she had a choice.
I think so. She could have just walked out. She could have just don't let him.
That might have messed up her money.
I don't think so. I think at that point, when you reach the altar and somebody says no, that's the end of the show. There's no more money there.
We don't know. There might be more money because you stand there and talk to him.
I don't know.
Jenna says I was crying with AD. Man, I was mad.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of emotions.
I didn't like her dress too.
Oh. Can we go back to Clay not knowing about the wedding ring and bachelor parties? And
when he said, "Where's my ring?" and their bachelor party was whack.
Do I wear that? Yeah, that was a weird party. That was very lame.
Married at First Sight. Love is Blind said, "We ain't paying all this money, and you jokers ain't getting married for real."
They were calling it out.
It was like they dropping like flies. We gotta pay for that ice thing you done broke up. We gotta pay for that. We gotta pay for that dress that she ain't gonna wear. Yeah. No, y'all ain't getting no bachelor party.
No, but he kept saying things like, the man wears a ring too. I didn't know that. And then she kind of had to school him on that.
I think he was lying. Nobody's that dumb.
I don't know how you can fake being that dumb.
My second grade students know.
Yeah.
When they pretend marry each other, they give each other rings. So you mean tell me this grown 30-something-year-old man didn't know that you wear a wedding ring?
That's what I'm saying. That was weird.
He's like, you give me a ring, baby. You give me a ring, baby.
Okay. The last question from me to you. Last week you talked about how much you like Trevor. What do you think about him now after the
Which one was
reunion?
Trevor?
Trevor was the guy with the mullet. The big guy, big white guy, mullet. You said he was your favorite. I don't know why.
Wait, Trevor was my favorite?
You said that last week.
I think I liked. Okay, so in the
he was
pods,
talking to Chelsea. He was talking
in
to
the
Chelsea.
pods, I liked how Trevor was having the show buy all these gifts for him. And he bought that bracelet.
Oh yeah,
that
the bracelet. That bracelet.
I like that bracelet.
Would you like the bracelet? The less
Jenna said, "I don't understand why he didn't know." I'm trying to tell you. So I liked Trevor, and I did get to see the whole bombshell about Trevor having a girlfriend. But why was he crying? Was he crying because they only get paid so much, or because he knew his time was over? He was genuinely crying.
When was he crying?
When she broke up with him, he was genuinely crying.
I don't know about genuine. I don't know if that was...
Even the guy that got married said, yeah, he was crying. Like, he saw him, he was crying. So was he crying out of devastation? Like, oh, I got to go home to this bee. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, our relationship is so toxic. You know, like, what is he?
But then he said before he texted her and said he was going to marry her. The woman that he was texting.
After he was crying. Jenna said, I'm done with Trevor after the reunion.
Yeah.
She said crocodile tears. No, he was crying for real.
I don't know.
So was he crying because he knew it was over? Was Chelsea going to be his rescue? Like, is he being beaten? Like, we don't know. We don't know. Is this man safe?
That big guy is not being beaten.
That is so stereotypical just because you're a big giant. Because you a jolly. He ain't
gentle giant.
Because you a gentle giant. You trying to say you can't be beat?
I don't think so.
Because why would you choose to have hair like that unless you're going through some kind of trauma?
That's a valid point. People do like the mullets, I think.
Who?
The mullets are coming back. There's some mullets that are coming back.
Why?
I don't know. Some people like them. Kids are bringing them back.
I don't think they are.
These kids.
The parents are bringing them back. You know, kid willingly walks.
Trevor is younger than all of us.
But it was just so funny because you could see it on his face that he was uncomfortable. And even he was like, "Can I leave?"
Yeah, that was.
Because he didn't have an answer.
That was hilarious.
Like, he was so happy to walk out. He didn't even dress up.
No, he was still wearing the shirt he wore the whole season.
What?
I don't know. He looked like he was wearing the same thing.
Jenna said, "My face at Trevor." Oh, this is the face she made at Trevor. I mean,
yeah.
And I just don't believe Trevor just got women lined up for him like this.
I don't know. I don't think so.
But he said it was toxic. She said, let the mullet stay where it is. Exactly, in the past.
Yeah. Anyway, that was my last question.
Did we get to everybody?
I think so. We didn't talk about the Puerto Rican one. But that was the
She
one
got
relationship
married.
that actually worked out. They got married.
And they're doing good. I don't understand the whole birth control thing.
Yeah, that was a weird conversation. But I thought, again, this is another part of why the show was good, was that this is a conversation that couples should be having when they first start going out and they first start thinking about getting married and stuff like that. Having a conversation about whether birth control is right or not, and what are the other possibilities. And they talked about doing research and all the stuff. That's great. And I don't think that normally would come up in any other TV show.
It comes up in Married at First Sight.
Okay.
They talk about it, like when they're interviewing you, they talk about it Married at First Sight before you even, like, they talk about that with the individual people.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of these people, like, I think it was like Clay's mom, I think, wanted him to do Married at First Sight. I'm like, ain't no way he would have made it past the psych test.
That's interesting.
Absolutely not.
Because that does make sense. That he's there. I almost felt from the beginning that he didn't necessarily want to be there. And if he was there because his mom told him to, that explains so much.
He got issues.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say now. It was about somebody, one of these people.
Which one?
Couple.
Sorry, Ann.
I don't want to talk about Sarah Ann. But I'm glad they called. I'm glad they called her out though.
Yeah.
On the fact that this literally is just for entertainment. She got a check for entertainment.
Yeah.
She did stuff for entertainment. I wish that they showed more. This is what I was gonna say. I wish that they had showed more of the other relationships because we didn't even really get to see as much of like Kenneth and what's her face's conversations
Brittany?
As we did other people.
Kenneth and Brittany.
Yeah. We didn't see them as much as other people.
You're right. That was one. Like I agree. I felt like that came out of nowhere. I felt like I think 3 or 4 episodes in, we had already established who we're kind of following.
Yes, and I wish they would show everybody.
But I think Brittany and Kenneth kind of like came out of nowhere, and then you're like, oh, okay, this is happening, and then it just fizzled out soon after they saw each other.
I just wish that they would show us, like they did at the beginning, all the conversations that kind of like bombed. You know what I mean? Show me more of the conversations. Show me more of the men and women, because there are more people there than it was shown. But we love y'all. It's about that time, y'all. It's time for International Echo. And even though he's not playing any reggaeton, he's swearing it's going to be a good time, good show. And so I thank you guys for being here. Hope you have a wonderful week. I hope your week is sexy. That's the word for the week, sexy. Hope your week is sexy, just like Kenneth. And we are wishing you... They see your thumb all in their face. Okay, we are wishing you a great, great day, a great evening, a great week. Now we're glad you joined us. Couldn't do this without you. Wouldn't want to do this without you. We'll be back next time. Well, I'll be back. I don't know if Juan will be back. Same time, same place next week. And stay tuned for, I was getting ready to say, stay tuned for reggaeton. Stay tuned for International Echo. If you're listening on radio, don't turn that dial. If you are live streaming with us, go ahead and log into wxnafm.org and vibe out with DJ Juan to the International Echo. Love y'all. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Oh, that was good.
She said sexy, not on the Sabbath. Yes, you can.
The Sabbath yesterday, I thought.
The Sabbath. We're sexy on the Sabbath.
When you said sexy, I was about to say he is risen.
You're going to say he is risen after I said sexy?
Yeah.
Oh, bye, y'all. It's time for Juan's show. Bye, y'all. Oh, my God.